Well, on set with me to discuss is our international affairs editor, Kethevane Gorjestani. Good to see you, Kethevane. What do we know about the deployment at this stage then?
Well, there were two announcements in the statement from the Pentagon. First, the deployment of the USS Georgia, that guided missile submarine that you mentioned. And it has to be noted that it's pretty rare for the Pentagon, for the U.S., to actually publicly state submarine movements. So that in itself is pretty significant. There was also another announcement in that statement that Lloyd had also ordered the Abraham Lincoln strike group to accelerate its redeployment to the Middle East. The Lincoln strike group had already been ordered to relocate from the Asia-Pacific region to the Middle East, but the defense secretary asked for them to do that even faster. So it gives an idea of the sense of urgency coming from the Pentagon. Now, it wasn't clear for either one of these groups how quickly they're going to get to the Middle East, but the message of urgency was definitely clear, and it was clear in the statement that said that the U.S. was taking every possible step to defend Israel in light of escalating regional tension. This was all announced in a readout of a call between the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd and his Israeli counterpart Yoav Gallant, and it comes as there have been reports coming out of a new Israeli assessment about the imminence of a possible response by the Iranians, something that was communicated, it seems, by Yoav Gallant to Lloyd Austin.
And Israel has been bracing for that Iranian retaliation for about 2 weeks now. How likely is it that Iran will respond, and if so, to what extent?
Well, there's been a lot of back and forth when it comes to what that Iranian response could be. Up until this weekend, it seemed that the general idea was that maybe the Iranians, under possibly international pressure, had put aside this idea of a massive response, direct response by the Iranian, instead possibly counting on Hezbollah, for example, to do part of that retaliation. That may have changed according to these reports, and Israel is saying now that it believes that there will be a major response by Iran in the next few days, possibly even before a new round of talks between the mediators and Hamas and Israel. That said, there apparently hasn't been a decision made yet by the Iranians themselves, because there might be some disagreement within Iranian leadership as to what that response should exactly be. The difference between the president, Masoud Pezeshkian, who wants a calculated response, and partly the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps that wants a response that would be even bigger than what we saw back in April, the first time the Iranians actually sent that barrage of missile directly at Israel. They're also talking about possibly not just an attack coming from Iran, but a joint attack from Iran and Hezbollah together. You've seen airlines canceling or delaying flights to Israel, from Israel, and in the region. That said, the Israeli army is also telling civilians that there are no changes to emergency guidelines for now, at least at this stage. But really, you see that they are bracing themselves for something big to possibly happen. The international community still trying to do whatever they can to sort of stop that from actually happening. The brink, the U.S., the U.K., France, and Germany putting out a call to the Iranians to not do that and to not jeopardize peace and stability in the region.